24 hours with the HUAWEI Mate X3. Wow, let's go. So first things first, I want to talk about the unboxing. I'm not going to do a separate video on it. Ultimately, it's a Chinese manufactured phone, so they do it right. They include the charger, a case, and a cable. Unlike, our Western friends who don't include anything but the phone and a cable. So yes, the HUAWEI Mate X3 comes with a silicone clear case, which I will not be putting on. I know it's probably silly, but I won't be putting it on it. It comes with a 66-watt charger, and HUAWEI, as part of the bundle, just to highlight, I got the HUAWEI GT3 watch, which I'm wearing and really enjoy actually. I got the phone, and I got the 66-watt HUAWEI UK charger, all for £1,999, which is roughly $2,200. I did get 6 months screen protection on the inner and outer thrown in for free, and I guess that's something. So yeah, not a cheap device, but at least they're packing the box with everything you need to get started. Now, if you happen to be in the market for a HUAWEI Mate X3, sadly you can't pick one up on WONDA, so go ahead and you can buy it from Huawei.com. This is a global released version. This is not a Chinese ROM. This is released for the European market. I picked mine up from Huawei.com. It was released in the UK on the 26th, that's Friday, of May. I received mine on the 27th of May, so just the day after release here in the UK, and it was free delivery. Came obviously, as mentioned, next day, so you don't have to go to Blue Iode or Gizstop to buy the HUAWEI. You can get it for £2,000 in Europe as well. As far as the American market, HUAWEI ain't gonna work there, I'm afraid. It will work, you just ain't gonna be able to buy it in any American stores, I imagine. But please comment down below if I'm completely wrong. We will obviously discuss in brief the whole Google situation. Now, first impressions of this device are just like mind-blowing. Pictures and videos will not do this phone justice until it's in your hand, but hopefully this represents how thin the device is. It's 5mm thin unfolded. It's 11mm thin folded. Like flat fold, no bend, nothing's getting through. As you can see beside my wife's iPhone, not an iPhone Pro Max, an iPhone with a thin clear case, they are completely the same in thickness. That's the iPhone with a case. Having this phone in my pocket feels just like an iPhone 14 Pro Max, however, lighter and thinner with the iPhone 14 Pro Max with a case. Yeah, just really incredible engineering. And sticking with the hardware, my first impressions of the actual fold, well, again, photos and videos will not do it justice, but crease, you can see the ring light reflecting off. The crease is barely visible at any angle, not visible at all straight on, and when you're running your finger across the screen, there's this slightest little bump, like ridge. I mean the slightest. This is, and sorry Vivo X Fold Army, this is the best implementation of a crease I have seen on any foldable phone yet. And look at this. This is a phone at all angles. Look at that. How they've managed to do that and keep this phone so thin, yeah, just have no idea. Please, for those Samsung lovers, I still get comments talking about how their Samsung's the best for software and yeah, like hardware, Samsung's great. No, it's not. Look what's available. Look what's available. Yes, it's £2,000. Can we please just remember that the Z Fold 4 was £1,800? Oh, anyway, hardware-wise, just stunning. First impressions of the camera, which is another major selling point of this device. Wow, like Huawei have always had the best smartphone cameras in the world. No, that's not lip service, that's fact from reputable industry benchmarking websites. It's a fact. We just don't, and again, this is my first Huawei, but us in European market and American markets don't appreciate it because we've got iPhones and we've got Samsung, so we think, oh, well, that Samsung's got 10 times zoom, it's the best. It's just not. These photos that I'm showing you right now are from a foldable device. The ultra-wide, the wide, the 5x periscope zoom lens, even the 10x and 30x. Look how clear these pictures are, again, from a foldable device this thin. Wow. So yeah, if you hadn't realised, my first impressions of the hardware are incredible. I know I just had the Vivo X Fold 2. I'm not taking away from that phone. It is an incredible piece of hardware. It's stunning. I love the vegan leather back on that. This has the same vegan leather back. Colours wise, it only really comes in green. I like it. It looks good. I would probably prefer the Vivo's blue on the back of this, yes, but this green works. Cameras though, I'm sorry, and I've said it, I was completely honest, what set the Vivo X Fold 2 back this year was the omission of a 5x optical zoom lens. Huawei have included it and just smashed it. They've absolutely blown all the competition out of the water, in my opinion. Now, there is the elephant in the room, of course. There is the fact that we have to talk software. Now, I am going to show you my device. By the way, the biometrics on this are brilliant as well. Face ID, Touch ID on the power button. It's 120 Hz. This is a 512 gigabyte version with 12 gigs of RAM. DDR5X, UFS 4.0. It's the top specs of all. The only thing it's not the top and best of the best in is the actual SoC, the chip. It's the Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1 modified without the 5G modem because Huawei are not allowed to have 5G modems outside of China. So it's the 8 Plus Gen 1. But again, look at any benchmarking and Tutu scores. The 8 Plus Gen 1, sorry, is more than capable to smash any games, editing, content, whatever you want to do with this device, you can. And on this 7.85 inch inner display, basically quad HD with 120 Hz is just stunning. But what I'm trying to show you here is, look at the apps I've got. Instagram, WhatsApp, Google Photos, Google everything. And I don't have them because they're side-loaded shortcuts. Let me just bring up Instagram there. So I'll open Instagram. There's Instagram. It's not a shortcut. It's the Instagram app, which you can get from the Huawei store. But if we open up Google Photos, there's Google Photos, which you can get from Gbox. Now, I have to thank everyone that commented on my last Huawei video because, as I mentioned, this is my first Huawei device. I had no idea how the whole implementation of Google Apps would work. Would it be side-loaded? Would it all be APK files where it's essentially doing a shortcut and you have to wait an extra few seconds to load up? So far, Gbox has everything I want and need, with the exception of one app. And I'll give you an example here. Let me just open up YouTube Studio. For some reason, I couldn't find YouTube Studio on Gbox. I'm probably doing something wrong, so drop a comment down below if you can get YouTube Studio and Gbox, because what I have had to do is use Gspace, and when you use Gspace for the unpaid version, you get a 5-second advert, and then after that 5 seconds, it loads into the app. Now, there you go. So there's the YouTube Studio app appearing, just like it would on any, hopefully you can see that okay. And if while you're looking, you can see 2635 subscribers, get me to 2,700 by the end of tomorrow, and I'll give away something in my next video. Hit subscribe. But yeah, it's a full YouTube Studio app with that and that app only. It has to go through Gspace, but everything else like Google Photos, there's no waiting around. Google Maps works fine. Banking apps work fine through Gspace, again with that little shortcut. But again, I'm maybe doing something wrong with Gbox. So as far as notifications come through as long as you disable battery optimization when you download the Gbox app, and then make sure you're allowing notifications through Gbox. All notifications come through in real time. In fact, because I have other devices like the iPhone that I'm recording this on, the Huawei gets the Facebook Messenger, Instagram, and WhatsApp notifications just before the iPhone. So yeah, no issues. You don't have to go through battery settings. You don't have to auto start any app. This is an European ROM. It works perfectly like any other Android device. So other than it not being the 8 Gen 2 chip and having to, some apps go through Gbox or Gspace, it's just perfect. Now, a couple of things I want to mention, and I had no idea this was the case. Huawei, I'll just show you the fingerprint sensor here. So again, I'm just thinking that straight away. As soon as you put your finger on the side, it opens up straight away. They don't have an app drawer. I was a bit confused, and then Saf, one of my subscribers / friends now, told me Huawei took away the app drawer. It's now just like an iPhone. I don't like that. I know on my iPhone I don't have an app drawer, and that is what it is. There's an app library. But an Android device, I'm just used to having an app drawer. I just like to have a clean home screen, which I do. I've cleaned it up. It just means that, the other screen has filled with folders of apps that I will never use, and I can't remove them. So that's one small thing, I guess, about the Huawei so far in my first 24 hours that I've noticed that I don't particularly like, but it's not a deal breaker. So what I'm going to do now is absolutely smash the photography out of this phone. I'm going to get as many daylight and nighttime photos. I am kind of a day walker. Would that be right? Day walker? No. I am a day person. At night time, I'm normally in bed by 10, so I'm typically not out taking nighttime photos. So I've had comments on my other camera comparisons and camera tests that there's not many night shots. I promise to take night shots with this device. So my next video on this will most likely be a camera test showing off all of the lenses and what you can do with a foldable device. Other smartphone manufacturers that aren't implementing some of the best sensors or the 5x optical zoom lens, then you're just cheaping out on us when it is absolutely your flagship device. Any manufacturer that produces a foldable book-style phone, this will be their most expensive device. So the fact that they don't include the most expensive camera technology really pisses me off. So after that, obviously, I'll probably do a Q&A. I might even use my knowledge that I've learned from you about the software and show you how to, use Gbox. But I will definitely have a full review in the next couple of weeks as well. As always, thank you very much for watching. If you haven't already subscribed, please hit that button. If I can get to 2,700 by the end of tomorrow, which is Monday, I will give away something in the next video. And yeah, just thanks for the support. I hope you had a great weekend if you're watching this, and if you've got work tomorrow, try and enjoy it. And until next time.